Lower thirds are turned off right now, right?
Why are the lower thirds not showing up?
And my Google didn't load again, so I'm fine unless...
I can see you just fine. That's weird. Something keeps not loading because I've got the lower third turned on. Turn it off. Turn it on.
Oh, there we go. 1 second.
Oh, that's weird. It's like it's supposed to be right down here, and it's completely missing. I wonder if the toolbox is broken or what's going on. I don't know.
I think it is, honey, because I'm trying to click on it, and it looks like it's just loading. So I think there's a problem with the toolbox right now.
Okay, well, we just won't use lower thirds then.
That works. See, Ludra, you can tell I don't feel great. Look at my lips.
All right.
You're adorable.
Okay, and Arlena says she can hear us. Yay.
Thank you, Arlena.
All right.
Arlena, you're awesome.
Yes, you're Arlena, and we think you're awesome.
All right.
Mother effer.
You're a good web IRC.
Cam, Ted'll be up in a minute. There he is.
No, seriously, the whole thing just crashed on me. That was ridiculous. All right, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
Even on my headphones.
That's good. That's where we need to be heard. That's where we need to be heard. Heard. All right, let's go. Before anything else weird and funky crashes. If this crashes, God only knows what we're going to do. I'll have to stitch a bunch of crap together. Okay.
Okay.
Going live before anything else happens in 5, 4, 3. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
Warcraft, the movie, not the game, is coming.
Mandalore gets his revenge.
Star Trek Online updates abounds.
Do not mess up with AIE in land or space.
And speaking of space, we have crazy Uncle Lenk here to talk to us about AIE in Eve.
All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 254 of the podcast celebrating the Alea Iacta Est gaming community, the Die Has Been podcast. This is Tetsemi, and to my left is Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome.
And right over there, messing things up, is McCullough.
Hey guys, there are raspberry chocolate cakes in the Guild Kitchen.
Mine? No, mine.
They'll actually be made on Tuesday.
So I'm reserving on them all right now.
Okay.
Can I have one? Just one?
Okay.
This week we are joined by special guest, Lenk. Apparently he's multiple guests, Lenk, who is here to talk to us about AIE in Eve. Welcome!
Hey, and see, Lenk is when you have two, it's not Lenk it's like Lenk.
I was wondering if it was like Therai, actually, because that seems like the most,
it sounds
the whole Latin root.
It sounds the most pretentious, so let's go with Lenk. It's like, ooh.
Lenk. So what have you been up to in or out of game, Lenk?
Oh, the usual empire destroying, starting fires, undercutting industry, messing people's days up because, well, player engagement is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Some people call it drama. I call it narrative.
Nice.
Well, yeah, you need that in your narrative, or else you've got what? Game of Thrones isn't popular because it's not drama filled.
I'm telling you, like the last 3 months, particularly, it's been like Game of Thrones in space. It's
space.
Yes.
In space.
Yeah, and remember, in space, no one can hear you scream, but you sure do bleed a lot. So there you go.
Unlike Star Wars, where you pretty much it cauterizes it right away, but that's a whole different podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yep. And we're going to be talking about that later.
Woohoo!
Yay! I like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Me too.
And McCullough, what have you been up to in or out of game?
Well, it's been mostly out of game right now. As people probably know, Nevermore and I do Phoenix Comic-Con yearly as vendors, and it is coming up in 2.5 weeks. So I'll be working on the prep for that. Tet's building us a great new display, so I'm getting that painted. Getting the last-minute headbands made, making sure I have everything I need. Also been kind of taking a small pause on the writing project because my partner in crime is working on a SCA event that I'm helping him write, which means I pretty much am making up mythology about Loki and Odin, and this week I got to write a bar fight, and that was a blast. It's Tuesday. It must be time to write a bar fight. Let's see, what else have we been doing? The Hordling is getting ready to graduate 8th grade and go to New York and D.C. for the summer, I wish. No, I don't wish. For a week.
A week. Good Lord.
While we're in Comic-Con. So getting her prep for that. And, of course, lots of baking in the Guild kitchen.
Very cool.
And bits and pieces of Star Wars while I'm at it.
Of course. Because Star Wars is fun.
Right? Star Wars is a thing.
Yeah, and I'll have to say to McCall, as long as you don't start singing the song, Loki Loves You, you should be okay.
Loki and I have a long history, and that's not going to happen. However, we have found out that our Hordling has an irrational attraction to Loki, and it disturbs me.
Awesome.
Yeah, watch out for that, dear.
Yeah, you have nothing to worry about, Ted. No, not at all.
Not at all.
Nope, good luck.
All right. And Aludra, what have you been up to in or out of game?
Well, as for me, let's see. So much in-game. So I'm grinding out my ring.
Nice.
On my Alliance side. And that's a really slow process. And it's not as fun as you would think. No, it wasn't fun the first time. But, it's just something...
Yeah.
It's just something I'm picking at. I don't feel the pressure to do it, really, because I don't have a raid team. So I'm having a blast. I'm not really having a blast, but I am poking around on that, and I'm having more fun mining, if that gives you any clue. Blizzard, come on.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
At least you're not, having to fish for it or anything.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh, man. Oh, no, you just gave me nightmares. You gave me way too many nightmares just now, Michaela. Oh, my gosh. No.
My work here is done. Like I told you, I've been working with the Lord of Chaos, okay? I apologize.
I know. Wow, ouch. So then, I've been playing the new Diablo season with my minion one, who's graduating from high school in a few days. Yeah. So the season's going pretty well.
Whoa. She's already graduating high school?
Yes. In 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
We're old people.
I know.
No, we're not.
Old.
No, we're not. Anyways, let's just sit here in denial. And
so, anyways, the Diablo season's going great. I hit a snag. I'm playing Witch Doctor, and they are the pet class because, hello.
Yes.
Yes, you.
I couldn't get the pet gem to drop, and it was actually the 18th gem to drop for me. There are only 20 gems in this game, and it was the 18th one to drop.
Wow.
Yeah, I was.
It's always the last place you look.
I know. Oh, it was so frustrating. Now I'm leveling it, which is basically the same thing you do to grind it out, but it's a lot more fun because it's actually helping me.
Wonderful. So what's Minion 1 playing?
Minion 1 is playing Diablo.
No, I meant what class?
Oh!
You are so pretty, my love.
I am
so
gorgeous today. He's playing a monk.
Fun.
Yeah, he's having so much fun with all those 7-sided strikes and his own little ghosty minions following him around, and he's telling me, all this complicated stuff and math about the class, and I'm like, I can summon a zombie dog and it'll bite your face.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a fairly quick sidebar. I have a fairly funny story about the first time we were playing Diablo as a family. The Hordling was playing a witch doctor. And there was quite a while where I was trying to figure out why I couldn't attack those extra mobs that were near us.
Her zombie dogs.
Because they were her zombies.
Yeah.
So I also am pretty.
Very much.
That's awesome. And the last thing I've been doing, okay, so everybody was in the Overwatch open beta, and that was fun, and I had a blast, but I don't own Overwatch.
Oh, everyone got it. The open beta, yes.
Yeah, the open beta. See,
got
I
it.
used the word open.
Open.
That was a blast, and it was super fun, and I was so glad to play with everybody, and now I'm playing Battleborn, because there's no more Overwatch for now.
Aww.
So you're playing the clone ripoff.
Oh no, it's super fun. It's got some Borderlands humor, and I want to unlock this girl, and she's basically a pointy cupcake. That's what I call her. She's got this big princess dress, and she's really pretty and flouncy, and then swords everywhere. All the swords and all the things that they want to poke you. And so, yeah, she's the pointy cupcake, and that's pretty much what I've been doing.
And that's now what's in the guild kitchen. All right.
Yes, pointy cupcakes.
Hey, Tet.
Yep.
What have you been doing in and out of game?
Poking things with lightsabers, actually.
Ooh, nice. Yep, actually, you're right. Both in and out of game.
Yeah, we've been. I'm leveling my Jedi. No, I finished my Sith warrior, and I got confused because I'm playing him as a light side Sith, which is very amusing because the reactions you get. You basically, every time you meet a Jedi and you choose the peaceful, not attack, I'm going to talk through this, it drives them crazy to the points where they're having to mind wipe their own apprentices for attacking you and then having to live with the consequences of their actions. It's awesome because you're not what they expect and it drives them crazy. But I'm just on... Oh, I just finished up the planet question. Now I'm on Belsavis, the prison planet. So I'm having fun leveling through that. Trying to think. I had not much raiding this week just because of real life activities.
Oh yeah, Mother's Day, and then we had something Thursday. Oh, Alton Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounded like fun.
It was a blast.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we've seen. It's at the Mesa Arts Theater here or Mesa Arts Center here in Arizona, and we've seen Mythbusters there, the Mythbusters live show there, and now we've seen Alton there, and it was awesome. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing in and out of the game. I'm really enjoying the story content of Star Wars, and I'm hoping after the little developer interview that Ian Hazzikostas did for WoW, that they're slowly learning that story is very important to the game and that we're going to see a lot more of it in Legion.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because I missed that in Legion because basically once you got done leveling, there was no more story. It just like, okay, go do this mechanical thing, and it just got boring. So, but that's what I've been up to. So
awesome.
we will be digging into Eve shortly, but first, let's cover this week's news.
AIE News.
All right, so the Warcraft movie, which is based on the game, which is not based on yet another movie, is quickly approaching, and there's plenty of talk of the forums organizing meetups, plus one is already scheduled in Colorado and one in Tennessee on meetup.com. Head over to the forums or to meetup.com to plan a viewing of the Warcraft local guildies. We have 3 links right here in the show notes for you to check out. Do you love AIE? Of course. Who doesn't? If you didn't, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, or at least we think you wouldn't be enjoying yourself. We are currently passing the hat around to help raise funds that offsets the costs for chat servers. Umami, yes, I totally said that right the first time. The forums and all that stuff you so love. You can help us by donating. There are links in the community website, AIE-guild.org, and please feel free to contact us at fundraising@AIE-guild.org if you have any questions. Also, we are in the process of nailing down details for the Guild Hall at BlizzCon. Information should become available in the next few weeks. We heart you all and hope to see you there. And as a reminder, the AIEGC is looking for writers for the webpage. See wiki.aie-guild.org for submission guidelines. I can say that fine, but I cannot say umami.
Umami. One of my favorite burger places in Southern California. I need to have one of those soon, or an excuse to go see Ludra and Lenk. All right. And in WoW news, as a reminder, Thugs is still looking for folks to run invasions to get the Garrison Boss invasion tokens for the event, which is tentatively scheduled on June 4th at 8 p.m. server. Of course, see the forum for details or talk to Thugs in game. Also, Legion Alpha has become beta, and Blizzard is sending out invite emails to join in, including folks that aren't currently subscribed. So check your email or the launcher and see if you have been invited. And if you didn't get lucky enough with the initial invite wave, you can also check Wowhead out and try their contest for beta code giveaways. And for those of us manning the Guild Kitchen, the official World of Warcraft cookbook will be released on October 18th, 2016. Revitalize your raid group with Azeroth's most scrumptious treats. Featured recipes for the Horde and Alliance favorites such as Dirge Kickin' Chimerack chops and fresh loaves of Mulgore spice bread.
Ooh, that sounds good.
You know we'll be getting that, right?
Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat.
Okay, good.
And in one of the other space games that we play that's not EVE, this week in SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, Seema and Max and Astromech EPC 142 talk about the producer livestream and the details of the Chapter 13, or as Max likes to refer to it, XIII. They also touched on other game and community news from the Star Wars topics in general. Chapter 14, or as Max is going to refer to it, XIV, Mandalore's Revenge, is out on June 3rd, and the teaser trailer is up on SWTOR.com. The newest chapter in the Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion gives the Outlander an opportunity to confront Emperor Arcan with his army of ruthless Mandalorian warriors. Enlist the help of the infamous bounty hunter Shae Vizsla as you and your alliance move to seize control of the most powerful armada in the galaxy, the Eternal Fleet. Prepare to brave the harsh desert world of Darvanis and survive its brutal enemy forces in a desperate attempt to save the galaxy from the Eternal Empire forever, and earn the loyalties of Shae Vizsla and the unyielding Mandalorian warriors. Also, for subscribers, there's a new a new monthly reward called the Eternal Empire Patroller Vehicle, which looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. I like it. So, are you playing Guild Wars 2 and are interested in an AIE Guild Hall in-game? Well, there's been some recent activity headed by Disturbed Zero Angel on the forums to revive the initiative. If you want to help out or know more, head on over to the forums and check it out. There's a thread. It's called Guild Hall Initiative.
Oh, imagine that. All right, and in Star Trek Online news, this fall, Star Trek Online will be launching simultaneously on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. The goal is to deliver the same high-quality Star Trek experience to players on these platforms, with some additional upgrades to make the transition to the console space a smooth and natural experience. Unfortunately, macOS 10 support has been dropped. GameGrog has been able to get it working with Wine on the Mac. Huh, that sounds fun. If you have questions or want to know what they did, check out the forum post. And of course, we have the amazing Captain Sybil's synopsis for Star Trek Online for the week ending in 5/15/2016. To celebrate Star Trek's 50th anniversary. Wow, 50 years. A new expansion was announced for May 5th, Agents of Yesterday. Agents of Yesterday will allow players to create a new captain in the Star Trek original series era and will set them on an adventure featuring classic storylines, locations, celebrities, and era-appropriate starships. In 2270, the year following the third season of the original series, the players will adventure with Walter Koenig, who's reprising his role as Chekhov, and Chris Doohan, filling in his late father's shoes as Scotty. There's a new threat to security of the Federation, because there always is, and they're invading with hopes of overwhelming the past to destroy our future. More details are available on the Star Trek Online website, StarTrekOnline.com. But that's not all. As an additive incentive, the Agents of Yesterday beta will be open to Gold and Lifetime subscription members on the Triple Beta server. A tutorial update, the Torian Affair, where a science survey vessel has gone missing near Muraski. I can never do Star Trek planet names, by the way, guys. Muraski 312 Nebula. Starfleet Command believes it may have crash-landed on Taurus 2, the same planet that cost the lives of 2 young Starfleet officers several years ago. As first officer of a Pioneer-class starship, you'll be leading the landing party to the planet to discover the fate of the survivors. Additional beta stories in this arc will be added until the official launch. However, once Players of Yesterday is officially released, all these and more episodes will be available to all players. A number of UI and player quality of life improvements, fixes, and too numerous to mention, were released over the last 2 weeks as well. Take a look at those listings at StarTrekOnline.com. And 20% off service sales will be going on from May 12th to May 16th, so tomorrow, at the C Store. Now is the time to get more bank slots, officer slots, tokens, retained tokens, dry stock slots, and lots of more slots. I mean lots more. For the coming listings, of course, see the website. For the status of AIE's Classes Fleet Starbase, all fleet mates are encouraged to check out the Fleet Holdings tab in the in-game menu. Contributions of material and personnel are always welcome to assist in building the Fleet Starbase and other fleet holdings to the full potential. And of course, StarTrekOnline.com has all the player patch notes, news, forums, commentary, etc.
All right, and in late-breaking news, well, not really, because we've known about this, we just forgot to include it in the notes. Greybog, who is in our chat room, has a code for a free NX light class escort ship.
Ooh.
This looks like the ship in the Enterprise TV this looks like the ship in the Enterprise TV series. It unlocks the ability to use the NX prefix on all ship serial numbers to denote the experimental prototype. It even comes with a grappler console, which allows you to shoot a grappling hook onto an enemy ship, and who doesn't want to do that?
Yes.
Also, you can be a lieutenant and fly this ship. For those who do not know, it's the rank you are when you get your first ship. It makes a great starter ship. He is, yep, they have the code for us, and we need to come up with a contest so that we can get that started and get a winner from the contest that we're going to come up with, and they will provide us the code.
I have an idea for a contest.
What's that?
Why don't they tweet the AIE Podcast and let us know their favorite ship in any version of Star Trek, and we will choose from there.
That sounds good. Make it so. Oh, wait.
All right.
Make sure you do add that to the notes.
I'm doing it right now, yes. I'm adding to the show notes.
All right. And in the Imperium Ludi and Nomads news and activities, there has been a ton of activity in Black Desert Online, including, why am I not surprised, Lenk, were you involved in this? Another guild declared war on us last week and then retracted it after an hour of fighting.
I don't think he plays Land Space Wars.
So about that, because I talked to a couple of the guys who are doing that, and believe it or not, I'm so proud of them, because one of the reasons that a lot of the people who are playing Black Desert Online are actually former members of AIEU. So everything that we learn from Eve, we are proud of Black Desert. to great effect, and they are trouncing guilds that are 3 to 4 times their size, using the weaponized meta games and weaponizing boredom and a hit, run, and skirmish attack. Big kudos to like Stu and Cena for that, because we are totally using that cutthroat style of playing in Black Desert, and we learned it all from Eve.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's amazing.
And speaking of Eve, Lenk, what news do you bring us of our nefarious activities in Eve?
Oh, great. So let me first of all turn off this crazy like screen capture thing, because
I don't know what you're doing.
I was watching videos of like all Eve stuff. But yeah, what have we been doing? So, I'd like to start with a short story. Very short story. I swear it's short.
Have dinner plans. I mean, go on, Lenk.
So Eve is a game of empire. It is a story of struggle and like winning and losing, and just overall just player engagement.
It's risk in space. Got it.
Yeah, it highlights the human side of human interactions. But see, back in the day, AIU was living in this like region of space called Fountain, and back then AIU used to be part of Test Alliance. Please ignore, and all was great in the universe. We used to fight with this group called the CFC, and they became the strongest group in the game, and we were really cool until one day the Fire Nation attacked. And by Fire Nation,
in space? The Fire Nation's useless in space.
There's
plasma. No fear there.
Plasma.
Oh,
So there you go.
Plasma Nation. Okay, thank you. God, I was confused.
So the CFC changed their name to the Imperium, and decided that we're no longer cool, we're no longer buds, and decided to kick Test from its home in Fountain. We just happened to be in Test. We just kind of lived in Fountain, so we found ourselves kind of homeless. So we went kind of space gypsy for a while. And we were kind of mad because Hoots had just set up planetary interaction, which is where you can go ahead and mine resources from a planet, which started a long, sad, serious discussion with Hoots, because now whenever he sets up player interaction, it's a sign to everyone that we're going to get kicked out or moved. To the point where he now has alliance leaders who have demanded, who've actually stated to Hoots, you're no longer allowed to do planetary interaction because you're cursed. You're cursed.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Hoots. So we went gypsy and wandered around. We went to this thing called faction warfare, and at that point we decided to leave Test, because Test wasn't so cool anymore, and people got a little angry and upset, and it's like they totally had harshed their mellow, and it's like, oh well, we can go find a better mellow somewhere else. So we joined.
Right, as you do.
So we joined this group called Brave, and all was great for about a year until one day. They blew up because, shenanigans,
what did you do?
coups.
Lenk?
I swear.
What did you do?
I swear I didn't do anything. But yeah, we decided to leave, and so we left Brave, and we went gypsies again. And we decided that we were going to go ahead and find a new ancestral homeland. So we kind of looked around and looked for all these other groups, and we found this one great group called Blades of Grass. Now, this group used to be part of the Imperium, aka the CFC, until the Plasma Nation, the Imperium, decided to kick them out because they have this thing like independently minded, ask questions, morals. Little things like that.
I didn't think there were morals in space. At least not in Eve space.
There are morals in space. You always treat your bros like bros until they're not bros, and then you treat them like they're not bros, and then
like they're your enemies and they've betrayed you. Got it.
Exactly.
All right.
Whenever you get a chance, talk to Hoots about what's the term? Moral relativism. And he will discuss all about that because he loves talking about that stuff. But yeah, moral relativism isn't his thing. So we joined Blades of Grass, and we started working, and we were like the third largest corp in the alliance, the New Alliance, and they're part of a bigger group called Darkness Dot, which is a bigger coalition, and they were part of this bigger coalition that's called the Guardians of the Galaxy. You see where I'm going here?
Right.
So we used to live in this space called Immensy, and there's this big war that started. All of a sudden, all these old friends of ours, like Test Alliance and Pandemic Legion, and it started forming this group that they had nicknamed the MBC, or the Money Badger Coalition, which was a reference to the old HBC, the Honey Badger Coalition.
Right. We had this. Yeah, we were confused about the name when we saw it the other day.
So it's an homage to that. And
Right.
the reason being that we had been paid by a very rich space tycoon who runs an in-game casino to basically go ahead and fight. Yes, they're space casinos.
Space Trump. Got it. Space Trump. All right.
So yes, we're working
Keep
with
going.
Space Trump. Yeah.
Nice.
So now
Let's not do that.
they hired us and said, well, we want you to go fight this one group that's evil, nefarious, and mean, and have tried to steal money from us. And that group happened to just be the Imperium.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Nice.
So for the past couple of months, we have been going there and kind of piddling in their parade, in the nicest sense of the term. And
Note to self: never invite Lenk to a parade. Continue.
Yeah, right?
so I can honestly attest that AIU and some of its directors have decided to instill fear, space terrorism, insurrection, ne'er-do-wellism, narrative spinning, political spin
Politics.
control.
So
space
Monday.
politics, got involved with Space Congress. Yes, we have a Space Congress, and the now mighty Imperium, the monolithic, we are the good. Well, not we're the bad guys because we want to be the bad guys, are now getting evicted out of their space. One of the largest groups has just utterly fallen apart, and it's been great because it's been full of betrayal. It's been double dealing.
Sounds wonderful.
It's fantastic. It's awesome. It is a space opera, man. It's like
It's a space soap opera. Let's admit it.
Yeah, it's like did you love reading Dune? Did you love Game of Thrones? This is better because it's in space. So
There you go.
we have found a new ancestral homeland, who happens to be the capital of the Imperium.
Oh no.
So VFK is such a beautiful place this time of year. You should really visit it. The space.
So you set up camp in their home place, which, if I remember correctly, isn't that like one of the most coveted places in
Yes.
all of Eve?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. AIU and Blades of Grass, and of course all of Darkness Dot, we now own sovereignty over what's the area known as Branch and Declan, or Decline as it's now being referred to officially as from the developer. And we have staged our coalition staging in VFK, which, if you ever heard of VFK, VFK used to be the capital of the Imperium.
Mhm.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
What I do for Space France. So-
Brie cheese. Sorry.
So
I don't
in
know,
other words,
space cheese.
so in other words, you're now the Forsaken, and you've taken over and renamed it Undercity.
Dude, we've taken over Stormwind.
There
Forget
you go.
that.
Wait.
We and the thing is that the war hasn't ended. We've paused from the war just so we can go ahead and claim sovereignty and set up systems, kind of create ownership, because now there's a new system called Aegisov, aka Fozisov. And of course, it becomes very difficult for an invading group to take your space if you live in it. So we've been setting up upgrades for the stations. We've been ratting, we've been mining, we've been building stuff, and now we've caught up with the main front. And basically, what's basically being the people who are running this have decided that we're going to erase the Imperium off the face of New Eden.
So basically, so there's politics, and now you are rewriting history.
Pretty much. And it's great because this fight has its initial beginnings back last year and was called the Halloween War, and it was a big war between the Imperium and this group called Pandemic Legion. So the Imperium won, and the Imperium launches this website, news site, propaganda site, and they decided that there's a very popular book that recently came out that's based on Eve called The Empires of Eve. It was a fellow by the name of Andrew Groen, who was a former writer for or he used to be the Penny Arcade Report and actually Wired, wrote this great book, and kind of like documenting the history of the Eve empires as they evolved and changed. And he had asked for $12,000. He put it on Kickstarter. He made $98,000.
Nice.
So he was able to release a beautiful hardback book, a soft cover. It's on Kindle now. And it kind of, and it's great because I just recently bought an Amazon Echo, so I'm lazy, so I'm having it read me the book because, hey,
Nice.
it's the future, right?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I have my own fake AI reading me a book because I am a man of leisure. So the Imperium decided, hey, if this guy can raise almost $100,000, we can do the same. So they decided to write a book called The Fountain War.
Oh no.
The one that we got kicked out.
Right.
So this particular campaign goes down in flames. Absolute flames.
Shocking.
They had shot for $150,000. They had put these rather ridiculously crazy, some of them actually bordering on RMT kind of bonuses, and because they are pegged themselves as being the big bad guy in Eve, supports initially came and just kind of stopped and plateaued, and then they never got past the $37,000 mark.
Right.
So they
Oh, well then. Yeah.
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 So one of the members who helps run the Imperium decided to write a series of very inflammatory posts attacking the community and attacking the presence that we have on Reddit. And, well, you can just imagine what happens when you make a lot of space nerds angry.
They blow stuff up. It's a bad idea, and there goes your property values.
So, for the first time ever in this game, everyone has put aside old grudges and banded together and saying, we're going to wipe you off the face of the universe.
Right.
Enjoy the fish.
Yeah.
So I'm in no way savoring. It is so cool that I am taking pleasure in someone else's pain.
Okay, for those actually who aren't able to see the live stream and are listening to this after the fact, Lenk has a evil smile on his face, and he's nodding his head as he is saying he is not reveling in somebody else's world breaking. So just for the if you need that visualization.
I know nothing.
Some people like to see the world burn. In this case, the universe burn, and the person is Lenk Theris.
I have told everyone I am an agent of chaos.
Is this how we started this podcast?
I have no problem showing up with sticks, nice and sharpened, and I have no aversion to poking big, ugly space bears with them. Because I can.
Because you're bored. Got it.
It's not that I'm bored. I'm creating content. I am creating content and entertainment for the people who follow what we're doing.
And when it comes to Eve, that pretty much is the point of the way the developers have intended it, is for player-created content. So at this point, they really should be paying you some space dollars.
Oh, well, see, this is the thing. Remember, we're being hired, right? So,
right.
So our little corporation is getting paid. I have been paid in battleships the entire time. I have shiny OMG, these are so pretty battleships because I've been fighting. And the thing is that our small little, third of the biggest corporation in our alliance, well, we have these things called participation links, PAP links, they call them for short. And you're used by the alliance to kind of show who's doing what, where, and how. And our third largest corp, which is really only maybe about 60 guys, tied for second in the most activity for our alliance. We have
Nice.
we have had people like, and I salute Frodo Shepard for this one, who have been on almost 70 fleets in the last month.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
It's like, Jesus, man.
Do you sleep?
That's like, do you sleep? Which is fantastic because we have just been wrecking the place, absolutely destroying things like with wanton abandon. It's glorious.
Question: Have you guys even put up a Citadel, or would that be too much of a target?
So, as we all know, and thank you for bringing it up, a recent big content patch was put out a couple weeks ago called Citadel.
Yay, Citadels! That doesn't sound at all not inviting.
Absolutely. So the developer has decided that it's about time we're able to build castles in space, and they come in three sizes: medium, large, and extra large. The largest of these citadels, which is actually a faction citadel called the Palantinium Fortizar. During a presentation, because they recently have FanFest, every year they have FanFest on Iceland,
Right.
and the guy who kind of studies the markets for CCP, who's a developer, stated that in order to build a Palatine Fortizar, it would take about 15% of the accumulated wealth in the game to build.
Right. Okay. Sounds like a good start.
So just to give you an idea, I believe, if I remember correctly, that there is about equivalent to 47 trillion ISK in assets and money in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of ISK.
That's a lot of ISK.
That's a lot of ISK. Now, and they, of course, they went ahead and we dare you to build this.
Oh, God, don't say that to us.
You never say that to players because they already did.
Right.
But it's great because on day 3, on the third day of the release of Citadels, this one group put up a medium Citadel. It was so beautiful. It was so glorious. It lasted 3 hours.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just paint a target that says "kick me" on it.
So this Citadel, this castle in space, cost about the equivalent of 50 billion ISK. Now, you can roughly then state that for every billion, you're spending $20 American. So 50 times 20, do the math.
$1,000.
$1,000 vaporized in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include the fittings. So the price of that Fortizar could easily triple what I'm actually quoting. I'm just quoting the actual the structure.
Is there an actual kill mail for killing that structure? Because I'd love to see that.
Oh, it's great. If you're docked in a Citadel and you're offline and the thing blows up, your cold, dead, freezing body spills out of the Citadel.
No!
Oh, it's glorious. Because you can have thousands of people docked up, it blows up, and you see 1,000 corpses just floating in space.
Oh,
it's
jeez.
Fantastic.
So how do you defend one of these things?
So, you can actually man the Citadels. You can actually train a skill. You can take control of it. There's anti-ship, anti-capital, anti-subcapital weaponry. It also comes. You can also equip its own Doomsday device, which is a static Doomsday. Which, if you shoot it at one of the the ship, it jumps from ship to ship to ship, destroying everything within its path. It's glorious. On top of that, the really large ones, and with some of the changes that also taken over what's the ship in the game, there's these things called carriers or super carriers.
Right.
You can launch squadrons, a squadron of 15 fighter bombers, 3 of them. So that ends up being about 15 fighter bombers that you can control on top of guided bombs, with anti-capital missiles and doomsdays. And
That's fun.
And the sheer firepower required is incredible. And just to give you an idea of how things used to be in the game, it used to be that there's these ships called super capitals and there's titans. And it's very rare that you would see these because they're worth an awful lot of money. I was on a fleet about a couple weeks ago. We were out to go destroy an outpost. And we were told over comms, don't jump, wait on the gate. A PL super fleet is flying by. And I'm like, oh, they're supers, okay. So there's about 45 super carriers and about 35 titans.
Oh, jeez.
the sheer amount of firepower and like money in that fleet. I'm sitting there thinking I'm all like oh, I'm badass because I'm in a battleship, and I'm like,
Right.
I have seen more Titans in this one moment that I have seen my entire experience in the game ever.
Wow. Where were they all headed?
They were out to burn the goons. Which, by the way, the goons happen to be the Imperium, so it's like
Gotcha.
Giant bees they have as their logo.
Right.
We keep referencing in local how it's colony collapse disorder. Poor little bees can't even survive in space.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Sad.
Oh, that's mean.
Sad.
Funny, though.
It's absolutely hilarious. It's content.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all player-driven content.
Absolutely. So that's what I've been up to. How about you?
Not as near as much fun. Wow, that's awesome, Lenk.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is one of those things that will go down in AIE history, and the fact that we were able to, give a lending hand in the destruction of an entire space empire. And I'm actually very proud of Hoots and the officers and a lot of the rank and file guys, because good job, guys. We couldn't have done it without you, and it's just been amazing what we've been able to do. And we're just getting started, because the word on the street is we might be perhaps helping our alliance. Completely unconfirmed, though. I know nothing.
He's not okay. He's nodding his head, people.
There is talk that our humble little alliance might be building an extra-large Citadel somewhere.
Oh, jeez. That wouldn't come funding from, casino guy, would it?
I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Or deny. All right.
I know nothing. I am just a humble diplomat. And
He is not nodding his head this time, people. So
No, not at all.
Nope. But he looks like the cat that ate the canary. Anyways.
So speaking of canaries, not really, but Lenk, if people want to join in the fun, what's the easiest way for them to get recruited?
So if you want to join the collective, it's actually very simple. You just go ahead and go to the guild site, AIE-guild.org. You'll see the Join AIE. Press the little button. You'll see this beautiful little black button that says EVE Online. Click on that. Log into Mommy. Say, I want to join. You'll need to install to enter what's called an API key, which we can actually get from CCP for your character in order to, keep track of it, because we have to worry about that because spies. Espionage. Not that I'm in any way involved in that. Not at all. And then once you're done that, you will get an email. It will ask you to go ahead and go in game and do a search for LA Activists Universal or AIEU. Put it in the search function. There's actually a little search function in game. You will find our corporation. Click on it, and you'll be able to find a pane that says, request invite or apply for this said corporation. We'll review your application. Primarily, if you're from AIE, if you've been playing with the games, that pretty much almost guarantees you to get put in. If you're from outside, we're not going to say no, but we're going to scrutinize the application.
There's going to be a process. There might be an interview. There might be an inquisition, an inquest. If you want, I can actually double check their real life financials. There'll be a background check.
So there's just a little. It's just a little like follow through and stuff. It's not like we do like other groups like PL that actually requires you to submit an art project. I've seen. I've actually seen someone submit like a portrait of I think it was of the Battlestar Galactica in macaroni.
In macaroni, right? Right.
It was pretty awesome. So and from there you'll get an invitation to we run a private Slack group for the corporation. You'll need to get on our forums. You'll need to go ahead and install and get on Jabber, and a couple other things. Just because it's how we pass information around. It's how we keep each other informed. And pretty soon you'll be out in space getting blown up with the rest of us.
Very nice. And as Greybog says in the chat room, join AIE. Don't mind the background checks.
That might be the show title because that's pretty amazing. Anyways.
Well, it's either going to be that or Space Castles. One of the two. We got to figure that out. But, All right. Well, Lenk, is there anything else that you want to regale us with in EVE or other AIE info?
Oh,
in the next 4 minutes.
In the next 4 minutes. Well, as you noticed, we've been generating an awful lot of content, so you'll see an awful lot of posts on the main AIE site. Feel free to go ahead and send me a ping either through Rocket Chat or through the forums, of course. You can always get me a hold in there, or on Twitter, of course, at Lenktheris. I promise to harass and cajole and make fun of Hoots to help you out. And we'll get you in. We'll get to know the rest of the folks in there. And we provide new ships for brand new players to come and join. So it takes the sting out of losing ships because you're going to lose a lot of ships So we provide like the cheap little Tech 1 and Tech 2 Tech 1 ships, frigates and cruisers for you to go ahead and go out and fight there. If not a fighter, want to build stuff, hey, you can talk to Kuda. Hey, you want to be a diplomat? Talk to this guy. You want to go ahead and get in space punditry? Talk to this guy. Want to be a benevolent overlord? Talk to
That's
Hoots.
you.
No,
I thought no.
That's
Well, because Hoots is my boss, so I of course keep him apprised of everything that I'm doing.
Right. And now he's shaking his head, people.
And winking. All right. And speaking of, just so everyone's aware of, speaking of AIE-guild.org, you will notice we are moving the podcast over. So the live stream was already moved over, and we will start. We're going to start putting the posts up there as well. The feed should not change, and where you get the podcast should not change. But we're going to start posting over on that. So you'll start to see among all the EVE posts and the Star Wars posts and all the other stuff, you'll start to see the podcast pop up on the AIE-Guild site. All right. And with that is our show tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting more show titles, we do want to thank Lenk for joining us. Thank you very much, Lenk.
Yes, it was awesome. Space
As
history.
always, sir.
I am your humble servant and facilitator of explosions.
Space shenanigator.
There you go. All right.
All right, so if you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. I am at Aludra_AIE. Michaela is at Cyberwave, and Ted Semi is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, except for today. And you can join the chat room and play along with us on our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
All right, and now it's time to play all the great AIE segments we've received this week, including overly dramatic news and anything else we get before Ted puts the show up.
Yeah!
Yeah. Next time we'll be talking to someone about something. We're still trying
I'm working on it.
I know, we're trying to cajole people. So until then, AIE.
This is Aludra.
This is Makala.
And this is Ted Semi. And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Remember, people, always wear pants.
Except if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Then wear a Deadpool costume. No, So, all right, cool. We'll get done 1 minute early, and Sybil just showed up.
Sorry, Sybil. I thought we posted out that we're going an hour early, and I really should have just said that when I emailed you back. So.
Well, I just wanted, for the record, under an hour.
I know. Amazed. I am just flabbergasted, and all that information. The good news is we had a very light news week, so we had time for shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Well, thanks for having us, and Aludra, go get some sleep.
I'm going to.
All right, and I doubt we're doing anything for Raid tonight, so don't worry about it.
Awesome.
Oh yes, for those anybody watching the live stream, one of the reasons why is OLF is currently actually at the hospital having a child in the next 24 hours, so
baby.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you, chat room, as always. Bye, chat room.
Bye, chat room.
Bye, guys. Oh, do you want to do the don't mind the background check for the title,
Yeah.
or what do you want?
Yeah, we can do that.
Don't mind the background check. Either that or space shenanigans.
What sounds good?
Let's say don't mind the background check.
Sounds good.
Right.
Yeah, I
Talk to you
don't
guys
like the
later.
background check because, I've been known to do them.
Yep, exactly.